Hey there and welcome. Before we get into all the how-tos and the different styles, I'd love for you to just take a second, a moment just for you. Get comfortable wherever you are, because we're going to start this whole thing off with a little experience.
All right, let's just try something together. If you're comfortable with it, go ahead and close your eyes, or you can just kind of soften your gaze, whatever feels right. Seriously, you don't have to do anything here. Just listen, just for a couple of moments.
Just let that picture start to form in your mind. Imagine it. You're at the seashore, and it's a beautiful day.
Can you feel that? That gentle warmth. Just notice what happens. Maybe you can feel the muscles in your neck and across your shoulders starting to relax, even just a little bit.
And now, just listen. Let that sound fill up everything, that steady, predictable rhythm, in and out. Let's just take one more easy breath right here. And whenever you feel ready, no rush at all, you can gently open your eyes.
So, how do you feel? Just take a second and check in with yourself. Maybe a little bit calmer, a little more here. That feeling right there, that tiny little shift, that is what this is all about. That's the whole point of guided meditation. And you know what? It's not magic. It's actually a craft.
Okay, so let's pull back the curtain a little bit. What we just did, that was just a tiny, tiny piece of what's called a visualization meditation. But for that to actually work for you, the listener, the person guiding you, has to use some really specific techniques. It's all very intentional.
And what's so fascinating is where it all starts. It's not with the words. The most important first step, before a guide even says hello, is for them to find their own sense of calm. Because their energy, their state of mind, it literally comes through in their voice. If they're stressed out or in a rush, you're going to feel it, no question.
So how do they do it? Well, this right here is basically their vocal toolkit. First things first, they find their calm with their own breath. Then, they consciously soften their voice, speaking from deep in their chest, not up in their throat. And then, they slow things way down, slower than you'd think. And maybe the most important tool of all, the pause. Every single comma, every period, that's a moment of silence for you, the listener, to really let it all sink in, just like we did a minute ago.
But look, even if you have the most amazing guide with the perfect voice, there's one thing that gets everybody. I mean everybody, from absolute beginners to people who've been doing this for years. And it's this: our minds love to wander off. One second you're on a peaceful beach, and the next, bam, you're thinking about what's in your email inbox. And this is probably the most important takeaway of all. A good guide will tell you right from the start, your mind is going to wander, that's a guarantee. It doesn't mean you're failing, it's just what minds do. The real practice of meditation isn't about forcing your mind to be empty. It's about that gentle moment when you notice, oh hey, I'm thinking about laundry, and then, without beating yourself up, you just gently bring your attention back. You do that again and again and again. That's the real mental workout.
Okay, so now we've got the basic technique down, and we've tackled the biggest hurdle, the wandering mind. So let's look at two of the most common styles of guided meditation you're likely to run into. They're both designed to get you to a place of calm, but they take completely different roads to get there.
So on one hand, you've got the body scan. Think of this as an internal journey. The guide has you systematically move your attention through your own body, usually from your toes all the way up to your head, just noticing whatever sensations are there, without judgment. Then, on the other hand, you've got visualization. This is an external journey. This is where the guide helps you create a whole peaceful world inside your mind, like that beach we just visited. So it's pretty simple, really. One is about feeling what's happening inside your body, and the other is about imagining a world outside your body.
All right, so imagine this. You've just finished your 10-minute meditation. You open your eyes, you probably think, okay, done, right? But a really great guided practice has one more crucial step. It turns out the moments right after you finish are just as important. That's when the good stuff really starts to stick.
It's called the debrief, and the goal is super simple. It's all about helping you connect the dots between what you just did and how you feel now. Just by asking a really simple question like, what do you notice in your body right now? Or what feels different? It makes you pause and actually recognize that subtle shift towards calm. It takes this abstract idea of feeling better and makes it a real, tangible thing you can feel in your body. And of course, when you can feel the benefit, you're way more likely to do it again.
So when you boil it all down, guided meditation isn't really a passive thing where you just listen. It's an active, structured practice of paying attention. Whether you're paying attention to an imagined beach or, the actual feeling in your fingertips. It's a skill, for sure, for the person listening and for the person guiding. And now that you kind of see the nuts and bolts behind it, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What peaceful place could you create for yourself, even if it's just for 60 seconds?